tonight, it's the men's free program. The leader as we approach the final group of the men's free. This is Samuel Contesti from Italy. You may remember last year he burst onto the scene, finished in second place with a very, very memorable free program indeed. He's a young man with renewed confidence, no doubt about it. Finished second in Dortmund this year. He's had a good season so far. Really powerful athlete, this guy.
Triple axel, 1 moment to set, triple toe loop to follow. Very assured and strong in the landing, a factor that comes across in all his jumps. And the looks, again, after that flip, the same, just rock solid on those landings, no wavering at all.
Not only is this technically very good indeed, the interpretation great too. 8 rotations on the first part of that spin, that's a feature. Getting the head down, that's another level for him. Changing the edge there, up into 3. Oh, and late on, making it count, the Salchow to the toe loop.
crowd loving every minute of it. The music lifting towards the end.
He's done it again. Well done, Samuel Contesti from Italy. Fabulous performance, something that really lifted the crowd. After a few dodgy performances, he loved it, and rightly so. Well, that combination at the beginning, the triple axel, triple toe loop, the base value of that, 12.2. So he was off to a flyer right at the beginning. And remember, all those big triple jumps in the second half of the program, getting an extra 10% because they are after the halfway point. So a well-constructed program, good spins, great footwork, lovely interpretation, and he leads at this stage, and rightly so.
I think just a great choice of music for him. He's not the ballet dancer, he's not balletic in his style, so that gives you an angular choreography to it, and the construction of the music building up towards the end, the crowd were going for it. It's the right tempo for a crowd to clap along to, but so solid in the elements, and just there's no doubt that they're going to be landed. It's just so assured, ticking the boxes right the way through.
He certainly did. Well, he's beaten some pretty good guns early on here. Alban Preaubert's gone. Stefan Lindemann, Thomas Werner, the champion of a couple of years ago behind him, Kevin van der Perrin. And it's his conditioning too, isn't it? The drive right the way through to the end of the program. I think he could actually develop more his dance skills off the ice that would add another dimension just on top of what he's got now as well. The shoulders are up a little bit at times. I'll tell you what, that combination at the beginning was an absolute cracker. It's wonderful to see the guys doing big jumps like this and coming out of them with the same speed as they've gone in with them. Look at that lovely deep knee bend, and he keeps the momentum going on that Lutz. He's worked hard on the spins.
Every time he lands, he was just nailing it.
There's that axel again. Just so solid on the landings. Here's the triple loop. A little bit over the toe on that one. Free leg got away from him a bit. That big combination at the end. Triple salto, triple toe. That's worth 8.5 plus the extra 10%. So he's packing in the score all the way through.
And he is giving himself room between the jumps, a lot of speed, so that they are big elements. But you don't lose interest because the way the program is constructed overall.
So there's his free skating score, a new season's best for Samuel Contesti of Italy. 145.43, overall 221.33. So he leads by a country mile ahead of Alban Preaubert of France. We focus now on the man lying in third place going into this. He's never won a medal at the European Championships. This is his fourth attempt. He was fourth last year, and we wish him well. The music, Caravan. The skater, Yannick Ponsero.
And a quad planned to start.
And it's a monster! Brilliant start.
And the axle. Soft ankle on the landing.
Oh, got that one all wrong. Let the left shoulder go too early. Double there on the Lutz.
Well, the skating before it was super in the interpretation and the upper body movement, but the axel just managed to hold it on a double.
Oh, what a shame. He was running on empty at the end there and really trying to do the maths in his head, I'm sure, because he made a few crucial mistakes there. Triple Lutz didn't work for him, doubling out there. The triple axel didn't work, doubled out on that. So he's lost himself some valuable points. And after a start that he had with that quadruple toe, which was a cracker, it just fell away, didn't it?
And the axel, triple axel after that, over-rotating on the triple toe loop. You know, for me, it looked like a stamina issue because he's skating all the time. I didn't see so much of the break points where he had time to breathe and compose himself. And when you are pushing yourself at that level, doing so much interpretation on the ankle, up and down on the knee, the body moving, it just seemed to me that there's a possibility of maybe looking at putting more downtime. You can still be building the choreographic mark without having to keep skating, because he looked to be just tired. That last step sequence, he was. Even though it was a step sequence, there was nothing there to give.
No, absolutely. And of course, it's much more tiring when it doesn't work as well, because of the mental work you're putting into the program. And of course, worth pointing out as well that the guys are tired before they've started because of the mental energy. He skated first as well, so he's just had to warm up and not had the same sort of breather that the other guys would have. That can work against you. Some people like it, some people don't.
I love the choice of music for his style.
Yes, I am with you.
And he, a lovely rise and fall on the knee and feeling each part of the music. It was a good choice for him, and it's lovely to see. Circular step sequence working super, but it really just was, to me, a stamina energy thing. And maybe all the other factors of the things not working is part of it, because he shows he can do it when he opened out at the start.
Oh yeah, it really was a dream start to this free program for him, and such a pity he couldn't hold it together. Good news for Samuel Contesti, though. And
I love watching somebody who has this light style and the ability just to float across the ice and pick out the movements with their skating. It's not just doing. It's bouncing along, and it does have the nuances in it.
So 2:21.33, the target, the overall target for Yannick, and a new season's best for him, so that's good news. And 2:19.52, that's not good news for him. So great news for Samuel Contesti. He's going to be rocketing up, but second for Ponsero.
Next to skates and also representing France, Joubert.
Okay, big moment for this guy. He's had a bit of a topsy-turvy season, spiked his foot on, I believe it was a triple Lutz not so long ago. So he's had to recover from that. Won the NHK trophy, was fourth in Paris. And he goes into this free program lying in second place behind his arch rival, Evgeni Plushenko. A real interesting battle, just setting himself up for that all-important quadruple toe at the beginning of the program. It is, of course, Brian Joubert from France, the defending champion. He's won this title 3 times now. 8 times he's been a medalist. Here we go then, setting up the big one. Well, just about made the rotation. Be interesting to see that on the slow motion again. You can see he had to put a turn on to maintain control. That was a quadruple toe loop. All wrong on the salco.
Triple axel, slightest of hesitation, triple toe loop.
Well, I tell you, that hesitation was because he'd only scheduled a double, but he knew he needed that extra rotation. Well done, Brian.
jumps missed out in the sequence earlier on, just coming off the Salchow, but the flip sure and strong.
Well, it was a brave fight from Brian Joubert, but not the program he'd planned, and he knows he may well have left the door open for Mr. Plushenko, who's next to go. I've got a big question mark on the step sequences, both of them. For me, there's not enough steps in there. I was trying to count the turns and the actual steps within the footwork itself, and there doesn't seem to be anywhere near enough. I had both of those at level 2, which isn't good enough. But it's very difficult to judge it from one run through. Yes. We'll have to wait and see.
Yes, and we had the second jump plan as the quad Salchow. It went to a double. We had the triple actually put a triple in that after that. So that was a change, wasn't it? On our sheet, we've got what's planned for the routine. And then the triple Lutz was supposed to have 2 jumps after that. That didn't happen either. Is that right? No, it was a combination. It should have had a triple toe loop after it.
And it had a double.
And then another combination later on didn't happen, and the Salchow didn't work quite well.
Yeah, he knows that wasn't good. Not in his book, anyway. That's not what he came here to do.
He has the authority and the charisma out there to not do an awful lot of movement in some of the choreography. Is that okay by you?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's made the rotation just about. Anything within a quarter at the end there will count, and he knows. He's gone back to his former coach, Laurent Depuy. I used to skate against him, great guy, and I think the move was good. There's that triple toe at the end there of the combination, and he knows he needed that. Triple Lutz, beautifully clean. Just double toe. You felt he was looking for triple toe on the end of that one. Such a strong athlete. And they're fighting to keep hold of that loop.
And the choreography is almost underplayed at times, but because he has this poise in his body, he can just do an arm movement and a turn and set for a jump and give himself the time, and he still fills the rink. He has this presence, that ability that he had from the very start. And I thought some of it has an interest to it, you know, and alongside him there is Maxim Stavisky, and he's been working with them, Albina and Maxim, former world champions in ice dancing.
So here we go, 147.9, season's best for him. It's not the performance that he wanted to give here, there's no doubt about that, but he comfortably goes into the lead, 236.45. We'd expect that, but for how long is the big question. It might not be very long at all.
And now, representing Russia, Evgeni Plushenko.
Well, if you didn't see the short program, you missed a treat. This man was sensational. Great to see him back in competition. But I've got to say, doing a short program is one thing. Doing the free program is a completely different animal. How prepared is he for these European Championships? He's a reigning Olympic champion. He's a former European and world champion. He's now the Russian champion again. and he wants to be Olympic champion in Vancouver. This is part of his preparation. Skating to a Tango Amour by Edwin Marton, specially arranged for him. It's, of course, the enigmatic Evgeni Plushenko. Oh my goodness. Quad toe loop, triple toe, 13.8 in the bank already.
Just taking a moment to steady himself and into a beautiful triple axel. First 4 elements as planned.
First mistake, doubled out on the Lutz. Oh, how he got away with that triple Lutz double toe loop. Well, the Russian team are having a real ding-dong here in Tallinn. Fantastic. They've won the pairs, they're leading in the ice dance. This guy goes into the free in the lead, and he's nailed that free program. Sometimes, Nicky, less is more.
Oh, my words. I think his interpretation has developed. It's mastery in the program construction, isn't it? The way that he had those breathing points in there, but it held your interest. The great big elements, deftly finished with power, and then the stop, and he's holding you, and he's fitting in choreographically and with the performance and execution and the transitions in a way that held the crowd. It built to the end. That looked like no chance.
Yes.
It looked like no chance.
No, his toe completely slipped as it went into the ice. Didn't get the elevation, and he squeezed it tight and made it.
And made what was planned on the triple lutz, and with the toe loop on the end.
A great lesson for any skater watching this. The best skaters land the bad jumps. It doesn't matter if your toe slips, if the timing's wrong, you do whatever it takes to find that right foot at the end, and that's the mark of a champion. That's what makes the difference between the good guys and the also-rans.
And if you look down everything technical, the triple of the jumps, the triple lutz went to a double. That was it.
Yeah.
And still on the step sequences, the upper body is moving really well. The gloves always work for me because they emphasize the movements. And still you look, is there room for more steps? Are there room for more counters and more hooks and rockers? But
I'm sure they'll analyze that.
We'll see how it comes out on the level that it's given.
It looked better to me than the short program, I've got to say. Just so tight on those axles. In fact, his jumping technique is better than I remember. It's probably because I haven't seen him for quite a while. Working hard on the spins, getting the levels up on the spins. There's that one mistake. You see that left arm's gone back? Just a little bit open there, a little bit apprehensive with the left side going into the lutz.
And he's been away a while, but his concentration at the end, making sure the spin worked. He wasn't missing things. You could see everything was being attended to.
Yeah, very interesting, because the program was nowhere near as ambitious as Brian Joubert's, but he's come out, he set his stall out with what he knows he can do. And it'll be a fantastic battle, I can tell you, at the Olympics. The US Nationals. Such an interesting event.
And I think his interpretation, his linking to the audience has improved. I mean, he's been off, he's been doing the galas, the tours, the professional shows. I just think he's reaching the audience more than he was.
Look at that for a score. 164.09 for the free skate. Magnificent. And that will be first place by some way. 255.39 for Evgeni Plushenko, out on his own. And I can tell you, Jeremy Abbott in the US, he was out on his own. He absolutely annihilated Evan Lysacek. It'll be a fantastic prospect.
Second to last. Michal Brezina.
Well, you feel like it's all over, but it's not. We've got 2 to go. And this man was a revelation in the short. The runner-up in the Junior World Championships last year. He's been thrown into the big stage. He finished 4th in Skate Canada, won the bronze medal in the NHK Trophy in Nagano this year. This is Michal Brezina of the Czech Republic. An American in Paris. The music by George Gershwin. He was looking for a double toe on the end of that triple axel, just a little bit overcooked. Fabulous jumping technique.
Like Yannick, he's got that rise and fall on the knee, that gentle style that fits this type and style of music.
Busy piece of footwork.
And stretch in the movements would help.
Super combination, triple axel, double toe, after the halfway point, extra 10%, remember. Oh, well done. Had a bit of turn in between the two jumps, but still got that triple toe on the end of that combination. Well, a few mistakes in there. A beautifully choreographed program, and he bangs himself on the forehead. Michal Brezina. Remember this guy 2 years ago, first time in the European Championships. He was in 16th place, last year in 10th, and he went into this free program in 4th place. So no matter what happens, he's had a good season and a big year.
And at 19, you can see that the quad's not there, the spins need to be faster, but there's a deftness of touch and an emphasis that he has maturity in that, in parts of the choreography. He could stretch out more and really reach through those movements, which would give the emphasis to them more, but he has a good line in his body and he has great musicality to be able to draw that out. And he has a head on his shoulders too, because he missed the combination at the start with the triple axel double toe loop and put it in later on, put the toe loop on the triple axel later on, which would have been an option, I imagine.
Yeah, just interesting when you look down the list and think of all the people that are not going to be here next season. There's a real opportunity for this young man.
Yes, and at 19.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, a wonderful palette to draw on. But the musicality is what excites me, because it means he can do different things. It's not, some skaters, a certain style works for them, just in its entirety. But I think his lightness and the way he's not either balletic or more solid and angular, you can play with that choreographically.
It's more of a classical style, isn't it? But there's a polish to it,
There is, and that to the audience, as he develops in entertainment-wise, will be hitting that second mark and really giving him an edge there. Pun intended.
There's that triple axel. Free leg back, double toe on the end. And here, that combination, I think this is where he had to put the turn in. He did, running out of room, but still thinks, okay, let's go for it. Triple toe. Look at the elevation he gets from nowhere on that toe loop. Technically.
And it shows his spirit.
Oh, yes.
I'm not going to pull back. I'm going to make this happen. That's what you need to see.
Even there on the single axle, that's a horrible feeling when you go in there and you do a waxel, just 1.5 turns. Still got the toe loop on the end. He was looking for a loop on that as well, just to build the content up, but not to be. Great to see Carl Pfeiffer sat there as well.
How many flips? I thought he did 3 triple flips. I thought he did 2 on their own and 1 in combination. What happens when that happens? Do you get a deduction, or does it not bother? Not matter. Anyway, I thought he did 3.
So 145.14. And third place, so he's ahead of Samuel Contesti of Italy. Very, very well done to him.
Čau všichni doma. Po Brzdorfu, v Brně, všude. Telefon.
Now, what a great way to end the evening. The men's free. We haven't seen him for a couple of seasons now. Last time we saw him, he was the silver medalist in the European Championships. The world champion back in 2005 and 2006, and a silver medalist in the Olympics. Here, lying in 5th place after a tough free program, Stephane Lambiel from Switzerland. The music, the Traviata. Stephane had a fabulous warm-up. Whoa! Just about ground that quadruple toe loop out. He was looking for a double toe on the end. A little bit over rotation there on the looks. Now his second quad, he's going to need it.
Oh, better. And with the double on the end.
this is inspirational stuff from Lambiel.
Oh!
Wow, what a fantastic way to end the evening. Such a pity about the fall on the footwork. He's going to get a 1-point deduction for that, so that's going to hurt him a bit. No triple axel in there, but there were 2 quads. The only skater to have performed 2 quadruple toe loops this evening. So the content was there, the spins all level 4 in my book. Good footwork.
Well, if you look at the presentation, Mark, on skating skills, the transitions and the way it was executed, the overall choreography and the sharpness of that and the interpretation, to me that was the best we've seen all evening. It was very, very, very sharp at times, and it was almost like when he fell over, he was flying. He was so relaxed, and with the music, that the edge just went for a moment. And when you see a skater doing that, it's just wonderful.
Well, he'll be kicking himself for the short program, to be honest, because he's left himself with too much to do. 77.75 his short program score compared to Joubert's 88.55. So he's not going to get close to Plющenko. That's pretty much sewn up. I would think he's going to end up in 3rd place, would be my guess.
Well, what's happened for me here is, after yesterday, I thought, well, okay, the Olympics, I don't think so. But now I'm going, oh, hang on a minute.
Maybe.
Okay, we do have some issues on some of the jumps, but here you are, you're coming back, and you can do it, and you have the spins, and you have the choreography for the presentation, Mark. Whoa.
Yeah, really great to see him back. When you think of all the injury problems he's had horrible knee problems, and to come back after all that, to come back this season. He won in Oberstdorf to secure the place for the Swiss team in Olympics. That was the Olympic qualifier for those that didn't qualify in the World Championships last year.
No triple axel.
Oh, 2 quads.
Yes.
You don't need it, but he may need it. He may well need it. In fact, he will need it in the Olympics, because he's going to need it in that short program. There's got to be an axel in the short program. Well, there has to be one in the free as well. Triple combinations. He worked mighty hard, and I think this will be a boost to his confidence, because he must have been feeling down a bit after the short.
And to get the reaction of the crowd to this performance and the overall.
Oh, there it is, that moment, just a lapse of concentration. Yeah, they were with him, weren't they?
And the audience tonight has been super for everybody, actually. They're really appreciative of good skating, clapping along, supporting all the skaters.
Well done to the team. Not easy to get ready. Peter Gruter, who's been with him through all his success, and it hasn't been easy. And Solon Brunner there. Great to see you back, and you've contributed to a fantastic evening. And he knows that he's done himself proud tonight. He'll be feeling good, no matter what the judges have to say. It's there's a 1-point deduction for the tumble. 160.79 the score. It's a good score. Look at that presentation score. 85 points there. for the second mark, and it's second overall. He does get Joubert. I thought he'd left himself too much to do, but what about that?
Great to see that presentation.
Fantastic.
Reflecting what he did, not just sticking in line with the level of the elements, but actually flying up there. Judges letting themselves go to reflect that. That's super. Well done.
Well, that's brilliant judging. We're absolutely 110% with that. That is one heck of a comeback. Well done, Stephane Lambiel. So the old campaigners at the top of the pile at the end of the evening.
Yeah, it's business as usual. It's business as usual. And I think Brian Joubert needs to put some more into the program. There needs to be...
He's got to think about it, hasn't he?
But he's got a month. What would you want to do? You wouldn't want to do anything.
I'd want more than a month, I think, looking at what we've seen this evening. Look at that. Plushenko, Lambiel, Joubert. Then an inspirational performance from Březina. Well done to him. Samuel Contesti, who skated well as well. Some good performances down here. Good to see Stefan Lindemann back after a bit of an absence. Thomas Werner, a former champion, down in 10th place. Kevin van der Perren, he's been a medalist at the Europeans. Not a top 10 place for him. And there the situation further down. It's been a fantastic evening of men's free skating.